Last year I was given a Halfords mountain bike, 30-year-old Apollo 18 speed, and it was destined for the tip, and I was just going to give it a clean up and then I was just going to ride it around. But it turned into more of a project really, and I ended up with an electric bike. I completely stripped it down, turned it into a single speed, added an electric bike kit from Swytch, and now it's absolutely, I love it. Okay, so my Swytch kit arrived. I opted for the 26-inch wheel because it's going on an old mountain bike. I have to say the quality looks really nice. It's got nice rounded edges to the rim, substantial spokes. Everything looks great, so I'm really pleased with that for a start. Okay, on to the rest of the kit that I received. I decided to go for the Pro battery in the end. My thinking was that I could possibly kind of future-proof it, because as the battery deteriorates over time, I was figuring out that it might give me about the same as a new eco battery, but I don't know whether I'm talking nonsense there. So that's the battery. You've got the handlebar mount for the battery. You've got the sensor disc there with the sensor here. You've got various cable ties. You've got some sticky strips as well to mount the sensor should you need it. And you've got battery charger with a UK plug on it. You also get an EU plug as well. Now I think I saw somebody mention that Swytch has sent them the wrong plug. I thought that as well until I dug down in the box and opened up the charger box, and I got a UK plug fitted as well. So they're sticking both in for this side of the world. These green kind of cotton bud things are to clean between the terminals. So all in all, I'm very pleased so far. The quality of the components is really nice. So first things first, I shall start to install the front wheel. Oh, as a side note here, you also get a cover to cover the terminals on the bracket when the battery's not on the bike, and you also get what I believe is a cover for the actual pack itself when it's on the bike if it's raining. So it says on it, my other ride is a Tesla. Well, in my case I'm afraid it's a Skoda. Okay, first off I've got to remove the front wheel obviously and swap the tyre over to the Swytch wheel, and then all being well I'm hoping it's going to fit in these forks without too much trouble, but we'll see how we go along. I'm prepared to do some fiddling around, not got a problem with that. Right, I just want to show you the detail on the cable side of the motor. So you've obviously got your cover here, lock nuts here, we've got a washer here, and we've got a washer here with a lug on one side of it. And as you can see, the threaded spindle itself has got a flat both sides. So we'll see how this all fits in my forks. Right, well as you can see, I'm quite surprised actually here. The lug on the washer fits perfectly in the slots on my fork, so I'm hoping I'm going to be okay. Right, I'm really pleased with that. This is I'm surprised, to be honest with you. There must be so many different configurations for axles throughout the years. I mean, not axles, but the fork slots and everything, you know. And so it's just gone straight in. The flats line up. You can't see it very well, to be honest with you, but it drops straight into the slots, the flats of the axle, and that was great. Just no messing around at all. Really pleased. So that's it. That's the front wheel done. That was just great to fit. That was. You can feel a slight bit of resistance one way. This way, nothing at all. And this way, just a little bit. Right, so here's the bracket. This is obviously the underside of it. I just thought I'd show you that. These other connectors are for, I believe, throttle, brake sensors, etc. But I didn't go for the brake sensors. I just wanted to sort of keep this to a minimum. So, and there's the main power cable. So just before I take these out completely, I'll just show you these are nylock nuts underneath, so they shouldn't come undone once they're done up. And this is the strap. Once you take the two screws out, you can see this hinges at this point, and it allows you to take these two rubber bushes out, which you may or may not need on the handlebars. It said actually for older MTBs this might not be required, but I'm kind of hoping I will need them, otherwise I'm not sure what this sits on. Oh, I see, there's actually a rubber area there that would grip a larger handlebar, so yeah, that would work out. Right, as you can see, I've put the two rubber bushes on. There's quite a gap there now. Now I think I don't need those on. I do remember somebody seeing on a forum or Facebook page or something that the screws weren't long enough. They had to get some longer screws. Well, I think that's because they used these rubber bushes instead of discarding them, and then your screws are going to be the correct length. So I don't think I need these. So you can see on my handlebars, the handlebars slightly taper. They're wider towards the centre section. So, and I've measured it, and it's actually 25, just over 25 mil. They're saying that you should only need those rubber grommets for a 22.5 mil handlebar, I think. So I don't need those rubber grommets. I'll just use the bracket as it is. Right, it would appear that I do need those grommets because there's a lot of there's a large gap here. So I think I am going to need those two rubber spacers. Right, what I'm going to use is some of this electrician's self-amalgamating tape, it's called, and it's rubber, and I'm going to use this to wrap around the handlebar, and it actually it sticks to itself, if you know what I mean. It'll form a rubber washer, and then I'm going to put the clamp over that. Right, I've put the tape on. Over time now, this will form, the tail end of that will stick to itself, and it will form basically a rubber washer. That's easier than just messing around with anything else, and I want to do a nice job. So, and you won't see this when the bracket's on. Right, I'm pleased with the way that's gone on actually. Yeah, I think that's solved my minor problem. You can get this self-amalgamating tape from Screwfix, somewhere like that, and it is good stuff. I've used it on a few other things on the bike as well. Right, now I'm going to fit the sensor. So this clips round your pedal bracket. There's the sensor that reads these magnets here. It says on it working surface, so you know which way around to put it. And then that metal ring clips on the outside of that to keep the two halves together. They do give you a couple of other adhesive pads as well, so we'll see where I end up mounting it and whether I need them, or and also they recommend that you cable tie it as well, but I'll see how it works out on this particular frame. Right, so there's enough room on this, but obviously the gap here, I've only got so many options as to where to put this, so I'm going to put it against this side of the pedal, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to pack out the sensor really to get that the correct gap with the magnets. Right, well that went on easy enough. That's gone on great actually. So I just need to put the clip on now. Right, so the clip's on. That went on dead easy, almost too easy. I think I'll have to keep an eye on that. I might take it off at some point and squeeze it in on itself just to create a bit more tension, but let's have a look. I mean, the idea is it just holds the thing together. I mean, there are two lugs on this each half anyway that'll prevent it from coming apart, and this is just to hold the main unit together really, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But that was dead easy. Right, I've got a couple of options here really where I can put the sensor. I can either put it here, and then the cable itself is in line with the connectors there. It'll run down the tube there. Or if I wanted it to be kind of more out the way really, I could fit it coming on the stem tube if you like, and that would be less visible really. But then I've got the cable, I've got a loop down, so I'm gonna decide. Right, I've decided to put it on this tube here. The only issue I've got is that if I want this sensor to be quite close to the magnet, there's quite a gap there, so I'm going to use both of these pads that they give you, and that will pack it out enough so that it gets close to the magnet here. Right, okay, I've put both pads that were supplied, and that should pack this out enough for it to come close to the magnets. I'll also use the two cable ties as well. Right, I've charged the battery up. I just wanted to show you the little switch that you've got to press. It's initially, when it's shipped, it's off. It'll come to you switched off, and you've just got to you use one of those green earbud things and reach in to the charging point hole and flick that switch, because you can't do it from the outside, and you'll get it ready for charging then. Right, I'll try and do this one-handed while I'm filming. Okay, it goes on like that, and it just drops down, and you just press it so that top's flush with there's no gap there, and that's insecure now. That's it. All of your connectors have connected up inside here, and you're ready to go really. Right, the power's on, so in theory we should be okay. We have power. That's great. Right, what you'll notice is when I pedal, you'll see the light coming on the sensor. Every time it passes the magnet, the light will come on. Now you've got to pedal it the right way, otherwise the light won't come on. So if you do test it, make sure that you press it the right way. So if you want to adjust settings on this, because there are so few buttons, they give you a leaflet, and it explains all sorts of different things you can do. You can set the wheel diameter, obviously the power limit. Now that's an interesting one. I've never seen this before on a battery, where you can, I believe, ask the power pack not to quite deliver 100%. I guess it gives you extra range, I would imagine. So I'm not sure how far I've been on this so far. This is my first ride around the park. It's been an absolute joy. This has. It's been absolutely brilliant. On assist 1, you can just feel it kicking in, and that's just the camera doing that flickering. But on 5, it just gives you that wonderful, not too much, but enough boost just to, you know, help you along. It's been absolutely brilliant.